Good morning, ladies. I thought I'd get up close and very personal with you all this morning. I pray that your day is blessed. I pray that you are positive this morning, that you have a lot of vibrant energy, and that you're just ready to go out there and tackle anything that comes your way, because I know that's the way that I feel today. That's the way that I try to feel every day. This morning, I just want to briefly speak with you all about a topic that is plaguing a lot of women. Now, I don't have any papers. I'm just going to go with this subject off the top of my head. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've researched this subject so much. I've written on this subject so much that I decided to, you know what? I'm not going to have any papers in front of me because I do want to talk very close and personal with you all. And that subject is the way we as women think about ourselves or our insecurities. God tells us that the power of the tongue, it's small, yet it's mighty. I think he even goes on to say that while small, it is the most powerful member of the body. Reason being, it's because those things that we speak from our mouth, those things that go out from our mouths, tend to come into our reality. So, for example, if I were to say, I am an amazing being, which I think that I am, I think that if we were created on purpose, with purpose, for a purpose. That makes us amazing beings. That is most likely to come true. It's most likely to show itself to the world. Now, if I were to speak the opposite of that, guess what? The opposite is most likely to come true, and it's going to show itself from the world. Yes, I just heard that because someone just said, well, I don't speak those things about myself. I don't say things like, I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough, or I'm hurt, or I'm broken, or I'm this, or I'm that. Those things never flow from my mouth. This is why I want to take it a bit further, because the power of the mind. I truly believe that we are living in a day and age where the things that we think up here are coming into our reality. I know I have experienced it a whole lot. I don't know if you all have. If you have, please leave me a comment letting me know. The power of the thought is amazing to me. So if you are thinking negative thoughts about yourself, guess what? Those negative thoughts are most likely to come true, because the word also tells us, so a man thinketh, so is he. To think, the thought, the mind. In other words, like I just said, what we think about ourselves, that's what we are. That's who we become. If I believe that I'm broken, guess what? I'm going to behave in a way that's broken. I'm going to think of myself as broken. I'm not going to be as productive as I can be. If I think I'm not good enough, then I'm going to operate in the energy of not being good enough. That's just the way it is. So the power of the tongue, the power of the mind. That's why it's so important for us as women to think about ourselves in a way that's uplifting. The world beats you up enough. The world belittles women enough. But when we think about ourselves in a negative manner, who needs the world to do it if we're doing it to ourselves? So it's so important to think about yourself in a higher light, because God created you. When he created you, he thought about you in a higher light, in a higher space, because we're talking about God here, right? You are created in his image, in his likeness, and he's greatness. So if God is greatness, he created you in his image and his likeness. What does that make you? Great. Now, we choose, because we have free will, we choose not to operate in that energy of greatness. Yes, energy is a real thing. The way we operate is a real thing. If I operate in the energy of kindness and love and joy and peace, I'm going to display that from my body, from my mind, through my actions, through the way I worship the Father. And I know that he created us all in his image. The word tells us that. So I know that you were created from greatness. You just have to believe it. That's where that free will comes into play, ladies. We have to believe that we are great because we were created from greatness in his image. That's the greatest image anybody could want to be created in. I don't want to be created in anybody else's image. Don't want to be like nobody else. Don't want to have what anybody else has. Because God is God and his image is the best image and he has everything. He can grant those things that he sees fit for us. That's where the power of contentment comes in at. One of my favorite verses, I spoke about this the other night, but I'm going to say it again, is when the Apostle Paul says, and I'm paraphrasing, he's learned to be content with abundance and in poverty. And it's not that God wants us to be impoverished. He does not. But I love that saying because it shows two different extremes. It's an outline for us to be content with what we have, with who we are. It's not saying that we can't better ourselves, because we can. The tools are out there. God is there. He wants that for us. But Apostle Paul gives us an example to be content on both ends of the spectrum, right? So I just want to encourage you today to believe in who you are. Believe in who you were created to be. Believe in the abilities that are within you and birth those babies out, because they're not sitting there for nothing. They're not sitting there for us as women to look at other women and say, you know what? Well, how in the world, is she doing this? And who does she think she is? And who made her an expert? And or da 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 da, all of that foolish stuff. Because we have great gifts inside of us as women. When I think about that, I'm reminded of Mary Magdalene and Jesus. We have great gifts inside of us. So I want to encourage you to expand your mind, know who you are, understand your capabilities, start speaking about yourself and thinking about yourself in a positive light. Because when you do, you're going to be that vibrant light that God says that you are. You're going to be that salt of the earth, flavorful, and it's going to show and shine in anything that you do. Because greatness lives within you. Greatness lives within you. So go and be great. I love you all. I pray that your day is a very blessed day. I pray that you are content. And if you are not, it is my prayer that you get yourself there. If you need prayer or anything, no, I'm not a perfect being. I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to walk in the energy of greatness, but I'm walking. So I love you all so much. And I just love you. Just have a blessed, beautiful day and go and get it. Okay. Love you. Bye.